welcome my friends. My name is Jenessee and I am your chakra interpreter, and we are here on September 2019. This is the 19th of the month, which means we are at the new beginning phase. I so love how numerology matches right up with astrology. I will tell you I know nothing about astrology, but I do know that Saturn just went direct over the weekend, I believe, right after our full moon. And what that means for you, why this is so interesting coming up to this 1-9 day, this 19th of September. Everything that we've been doing, working on processing internally, has been given the green light to go, to move forward. This is like human timeline stuff. This is all that foundational stuff. This is money. This is relationships. This is like everything that you've been trying to work on foundationally. It's now ready to move forward. It's ready to show up for you here in your real physical reality. And why this is so cool on this 9/19 is because we are at the new beginning phase of this month. So September, I've said this over and over, September is this huge master completion. It's a master completion for the human, for what you've been working on in your human reality. The most big karmic cycle, the most big kind of big revelations you've had over the past year in connection to yourself, how you have grown. This is kind of the old stuff that you're now finally letting go of and really getting ready to program and build that new defined you. And so what this means here at the 19th for you on the red path is that everything right now should be coming together. You should be so anchored in with the Mercury, with the Saturn going direct, with the 19th of this month, all this new energy flooding into you, kind of understanding and letting go of some of those old patterns. What's happening now is you're being given the green light to go, and everything should be connecting. Right now, if you do not feel like I always use the lollipop graph. You remember this in school? It's like one center point, and then there's all these like pegs with little balls that connect to it, and you write something in the middle. Here you would put your name in the middle, and in all those little bubbles that are connected to the lollipop sticks into the you in the middle, basically those would be all those hopes, dreams, desires, everything you've been thinking in your head right now. If you are successfully entering this 19th, this 1-9 energy of September, it should feel like that lollipop graph. Instead of all those lollipops being out here in the ether somewhere, it should feel like all these things are coming rushing in. At least you know how to get to them. You know what ones you want to pursue. You know you want to let go of certain things, and you want to allow other things to come together. This is the coming together energy. You should be getting support from people. You should be getting support from your divine teams, like with synchronistic events happening in your life. Everything should just feel like the floodgates have opened. This would mean you are right on track for the energy that you have decided to co-create into this 9 September month. And so the personality of this month is, it's a really active, it's very, right now you should be feeling like a whole swell of energy. I'll tell you, leading up like the 3 days prior to this 19th, for me and a lot of the collective that I work with, we have been having massive ascension symptoms. And if this is the first time you've heard this word, ascension symptoms basically is pointing towards the physical body changing, updating, activating, upgrading to basically hold a new frequency, a new vibration. And so all you have to know is that you probably felt really crappy over the weekend. Headaches. My one friend had eye issues that she gets when she has ascension symptoms. Her contacts she can't keep in. Tenderness in the shoulders, like feeling like you were going to start getting flu-ish symptoms or a cold, or maybe you even did process through that. It is deep sickness that is basically signaling, and don't attach this to anything physical, like you are getting sick or you are experiencing any of these traumas in the actual physical body, this is a signal of what is transitioning. Our physical always reflects what we're doing on the internal world. And so last weekend, it was very much so purging these physical symptoms so we could see the baggage we were letting go of. If you had this, if you were sick, if you had headaches, if you felt like you were getting the flu, if you got dizzy when you stood up, it's like, and you could even do this in an emotional way, changing your eating habits, starting to work out more, changing things that affect this physical body, things that set in this past weekend, this past weekend. It's signaling this deep release, this deep letting go to basically move into this new beginning. And so it's a physical world symptom showing the ascension of your energy, your ascension of your consciousness, right? The growth of you as this conscious being. And those symptoms come in to validate you that it's time to relax, it's time to slow down, because the only way we can actually shift and let go of things is if we slow down enough to allow the integrations to happen, the things to release that need to release. And then we get that kind of like spiritual kick in the pants to move forward, which should have happened like yesterday and today. It's all this like 1-9 energy, the Saturn going direct. It's this like wave of energy. And you especially here picking the red path, you picked right now as a validation this active personality type where it's like you just have so much energy. You want to go, you want to get things done. That lollipop graph, all those ideas, all those like artistry things we've been talking about where your mind and your passions have been connecting, but it's been very mental and very excited kind of energy towards all this mental stuff. Right now, it should be like things are connecting in your path and you're just moving forward. You can't stop yourself. It's like you know what way to go, you know who to connect to, and these connections are coming in. This should be the floodgates opening for you. This should be the feeling that you are getting right now. It is group collective energy, whether that means you're working on a spiritual plane where you're bringing in new collectives, right? Which means you might have been through like a severe depression over these past few months, because when we remove one divine team, we have to, again, slow down. And this is a slowdown in our subjective or internal world, which means we get really kind of depressed. It's just like grieving the loss of a human loved one. We do the same thing when we switch divine teams. And this month, it's all about kind of updating, connecting to a new collective, a new divine team. So we had to literally slow down to snail pace, which kind of signals this like depression, this funk, this anxious energy that we can get into when we feel that slowdown from where we've always been operating. But this is all validation that you are right where you need to be, because all of those things had to happen to get you right here in this energy of the 19th of the September month, where we are finishing all these old paradigms, old contracts, things that are could keep us locked in an old version of self. We have been letting these things go. Again, a good validation. You got sick, you got weird physical symptoms over this past weekend, and right now you should be almost like green light go and just want to run and go create stuff. So that would signal the successful attachment to the energy of this red path, and knowing that you're in this new beginning point of the month in a really good, clear space. So just allow everything, again, it's artistry energy, allow that mind to wander and move forward with things that get you really excited in your feeling body, the passion, that creative energy, the things that make you go, right? And so the red path too, I just want to reflect that last month we were kind of stuck in the past. We were still backward facing into our past, that anxious energy. Everything is getting so close to center now that I've been getting heart palpitations, like to show me when I'm pulling out of my center, when I'm going too far into the future, too much into the past. My heart is going like speeding up. And this is a signal to me of how close to this center I am getting for the release of the old and the stepping into owning this new that's all coming through in the October to the January month. So this is your red path, and I want to let you know that if you're here watching, down below there will be a link or within the app we are excited to announce our Arizona manifestation retreat in November, the 1st to the 7th. There's a professional manifestation and a personal manifestation trip, or you can do both. There's only space for 11 people. Through October, we are launching that free 30-day challenge to get yourself really clear and aligned to the highest programs, the highest frequency and shifts that you want to make for your person, yourself, moving into the new year. And so that's going to happen in October. And then right there in the beginning of November, we're doing a full manifestation retreat to really kick ourselves through that 1111 gateway in 2019 to propel ourselves into the building of this next new updated foundation for 2020. And so also we have a contest going on where you can submit to win one of the coveted 11 seats in the Arizona retreat. And so all you have to do is go to the link. Hopefully you do the challenge, and then you can fill out that contest to see if you win a spot in our retreat house in Arizona. So ask me any questions you have. Again, if you don't have the deck app, the Chakra Deck app, go ahead, download that. And I can't wait to meet you at the 2-9 to hopefully make sure we're not triggering back into the old paradigm, into the old person that we've been letting go. With light and love.